MORDHAU just got a massive amount of new players due to the free giveaway on the Epic Games Store. And with that huge wave of fresh blood, I thought this is a great time to check back and see if this game is worth playing in 2023, 4 years after its initial release. Despite not being on top of my games that I urge to play list lately, I will always have a soft spot for MORDHAU, as it was the game that made me start to make YouTube videos, and I poured a lot of hours into it back in the day. How many hours exactly, you ask?
I don't know. I never counted. I am not really a math guy, you know.
Before the free giveaway, MORDHAU approached dangerous territories in terms of player count. From the once 60,000 peak players in 2019, the daily average fell down to around 1,300. The reasons for that decline have been discussed extensively. In short, it was a combination of high skill gaps between players, no real endgame for veterans, unenjoyable and one-dimensional combat at high level, and lots of toxicity from certain groups within the community. As I have said many times in the past, MORDHAU is most fun when you are average skilled and everyone else is average skilled too. The skill ceiling is pretty high in this game, and once the average skill level gets too high, you start to see problems with the combat system that cannot be fixed easily, and the game becomes only interesting for a very small audience. Back in 2019, when MORDHAU released, the game was extremely fun to play. Probably the most fun I ever had in a video game. Everyone except some alpha testers was new, and it was a great environment to play, experiment and improve without getting constantly humiliated by players that have 2,000 hours more playtime. Now the servers are packed again with new players. At first I thought Traturnion got hacked and their servers got botted, but no, those are real players. Real players that, understandably, act like bots, but real human players. So, do I think MORDHAU is worth playing in 2023? Hell yes! If you have never played MORDHAU and are interested in medieval fighting games, now is definitely the time to jump in. On the second day of the giveaway, all in-game servers, including the community servers, were at full capacity with 20,000 concurrent players, and the devs tried to get new servers up and running as fast as possible. So this is as close to the original MORDHAU experience you will probably ever get. MORDHAU Swordplay is still state of the art, and the game has a wide variety of game modes that are all active again. The game is also the best medieval fashion simulator on the market. There are tons of customization options that allow you to create a truly unique medieval character, and there are also plenty of options for roleplay characters. Now, farming gold and saving up for those shiny cosmetics can take quite some time in MORDHAU, compared to newer games that often offer instant gratification. The game is old school in a sense that you cannot buy in-game gold or any cosmetics with real money, with the exception of a handful of relatively cheap armor and voice DLCs. There are no battle passes, no daily or weekly chores or anything similar. I feel this is something that doesn't get mentioned very often, but it is a very honest, non-predatory monetization model that you don't see often anymore in modern PvP games. As for new player tips, I would say play the tutorial and try to get a feel for weapon lengths and timings. Learn to riposte and then go from there. I have lots of tutorials on this channel if you want to learn more. Some might be a little outdated, but most of it still holds true. Other than the chamber feint to parry nerf, there haven't been really any drastic changes to MORDHAU's combat in the past 3 years or so. But first and foremost, if you want to improve, do it for the enjoyment you get out of improving yourself, and don't fixate on reaching a certain rank or skill level. I can almost guarantee you that once you reach elite level, you will find the combat utmost unenjoyable. So remember, the journey is the reward. If you're someone that hasn't played the game in a long time and wonder if you should try it again, I also think that now is a good time to hop back in. Depending on when you logged on the last time, you might have missed the addition of female character models, 3 or 4 new frontline and invasion maps, the new sword game mode, lots of cosmetics and some other minor stuff. If you were a mid to high level player on the other hand, I don't see much reason to come back. For me personally, there was not much left to do in MORDHAU. I have no interest in farming newbies and casual players in Frontline and Invasion over and over again. And by no means did I have any interest in spending time in a small, immature and incredibly toxic competitive scene. After the gates have been flooded with the free giveaway, I played a few rounds to record some clips for this video, but left shortly after since I kinda felt bad about the newbie carnage and didn't wanna ruin their experience. They looked way too innocent and pure in their new default knight armor to kill them. Anyway, something that is worth checking out, even for veterans, is MORDHAU's modding scene. The sad news here up front. The Star Wars mod stopped its development and the guys in charge moved away from MORDHAU to other projects. The good news is that there are quite a few great new mods available. First and foremost, Eternis. Eternis is a complete overhaul that adds new maps, game modes, tons of new customization options and a few combat mechanic changes to the game. Their newest addition is Dread, a player versus environment game mode where you have to escape a procedurally generated dungeon that features many unique enemies, weapons, equipment, potions and more. They also have a very friendly and welcoming Discord community and they hold semi-regular events and playtests that anyone can join. Definitely MORDHAU's #1 mod at the moment. Another project that is worth mentioning is MORDHAU RPG, a persistent open-world survival game mode. MORDHAU RPG is your typical survival game where you start with nothing, gather materials, craft items, earn gold, trade, upgrade your gear, build stuff and maybe join a guild. The cool part is that many vanilla maps like Castello, Feitoria and such are embedded in the open world. Interestingly, the developer of this mod recently got hired by Traternian and now apparently works on a new official game mode that is somewhat similar to this mod and will be introduced in one of the next updates. This new unannounced game mode supposedly also comes with a new arcade combat system. A casual version of MORDHAU's combat without feints and drags. I'm pretty curious how that will play out. And the last mod I want to mention here is the loot mod. Yes, one wouldn't have thought, but MORDHAU is one of the best bard games that you can play. The game changer here is that with the loot mod, you can play MIDI files with MORDHAU's in-game loot and flute. There is a huge library that comes with it that has many popular songs that are optimized for the loot. Obviously you can also use your own MIDI files and share your own compositions with the world, solo, in a duet or in a full band. The links to all the mods that I mentioned here are in the video description below. If you're one of the new players from the Epic Games giveaway, let me know how you like the game. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe for more medieval slasher content. As always, thank you all for watching and see you soon.